Hi, it's Jazzett, and welcome to my YouTube channel, My Dear Diary. I'm living in Puerto Rico. So this video is actually out of whack. This is actually supposed to be my first video, but the first video I recorded through YouTube, and it was a really bad lag, and it was just horrible quality, and I just didn't want to make that first impression with you guys. That was not a good first impression. So I'm back re-recording it, and this will be the second video, but it's the first. So, thank you for coming and checking out my YouTube channel. I mean, I am really trying to do this YouTube thing. This is kind of long overdue because I kind of wanted to do a diary entry vlog with my whole journey before I got here, when I got here, but it just didn't end up happening that way. I kind of got here and wanted the Puerto Rico sun to and melt into my soul and really get used to it and be able to record a video and say that I really do love it here, which I absolutely love it here in Puerto Rico. It is just absolutely wonderful. I am a single mother, so coming here, I'm a single mother and I'm actually moved here from Nashville. So coming here was just a big thing for me. I'm a bit of a gypsy, so I always travel, but traveling with two kids is something that it's just like, you're kind of like, should I do it? Should I? I don't know. A year ago, right before I got pregnant with my daughter, I actually got accepted to a volunteer program to help clean up after the hurricane. And I got pregnant with her and I couldn't come. So I was actually super heartbroken and I kind of put Puerto Rico on the back burner. I was like, hey, after I have her, maybe I'll go visit, something. Well, universe works in crazy ways because I was put in a position to where I had to really buckle down and figure out what I wanted in my happiness, career wise, who I wanted to be, what I was trying to become, and everything pointed to coming to Puerto Rico and kind of figuring that out. So here I am. And it has been a journey of faith completely. You definitely have to have faith. But first thing is you have to research. So I tell anybody that wants to come here, research everywhere. I did all kinds of research from YouTube to Google, everything. What I found out is that San Juan would probably be the most ideal place because it's much like the States. But for me, I didn't want to be somewhere like the States. I wanted to be in Puerto Rico. I know poquito español, so I knew that I could get away with living somewhere besides San Juan, but I needed to be somewhere where if I didn't understand, something someone said, I could speak English to them, they understood. So Ponce actually was on the list for the second biggest city here in Puerto Rico and the second city that tourists come. So I figured because it is that, a touristy place and possibly I could, move there and get the whole Puerto Rico experience. Also, I didn't hear, I heard mixed reviews about living in Ponce. So that was kind of nerve wracking. My nerves kind of loosened up when I spoke so right before I moved here, I didn't have a place. When when I got here, I didn't even have a place. So what happened was I was contacting people on Airbnb and kind of getting their advice, asking them could I stay there at their place for a couple of months and pay rent or whatever. And I ended up with a wonderful couple, Lynette and Marcos, and they were like, hey, come down. You can stay here for however long you want. They were just absolutely wonderful, which everyone that I hit up on Airbnb was just absolutely helpful and wonderful and welcoming, like, come to Puerto Rico, you have to come, like, this is so wonderful, you're making this trip. So I got down here and I ended up finding a place my first day here. So within 24 hours I found my apartment that I'm in now. So I got here at about 5 o'clock, which I flew in to San Juan. For me, it was cheap flying into San Juan. I think it was $183. I kept my baby on my lap, and then my son I paid for his, so it wasn't that much. But I had to pay $150 to go to for a taxi from San Juan to Ponce. Not ideal, and I figured out when I got to Lynette and Marcos, they were like, he kind of ripped you off. So my suggestion with the taxis is kind of just like play like you know what that it's not going to be $150. Don't get paid for $150 from San Juan to Ponce, or get a Uber and kind of walk some distance. Or when the Uber gets there, the trick that I heard is people call and say, "Hey, I'm at the airport." I'm just saying. I know it's probably bad, but whatever. Hey, it beats paying $150 getting scammed out of that. But anyway, so I got there. We rested. Like I said, Lynette Marcos made the place wonderful and so comforting and so welcoming. It was like I got to like auntie and uncle's house, like for real. Like it was wonderful. The next day I got an Uber, which there's only Uber here. There's no Lyft. Sorry, there's no Uber Eats. None of that. Just Uber, just plain Uber. And the thing about Uber is, being here in Ponce, you're not going to probably get an Uber after 8:30, 9 o'clock. I've tried it, and I ordered an Uber one night, and it did not. I think maybe one night I got away with